Who's up first? Is it going to be Rest in Hell? Didn't really get to play last time, so good thing that they actually get a chance to play this time around. Bot is going to be first up. Last time Bot and Rest in Hell fought each other. Actually, Rest in Hell, I thought was going to be the one on the disadvantage of that fight, but he actually was the one to be the winner, and he's going to be able to get a bit of a rematch with Bot too. This is going to be good for Bot, who's got to lock down in a quick fear. There's a lot of potential damage with that Ascendance, lots of potential damage with all the bursts he's got going on. Rest in Hell with a hunt actually does not get to send it yet, so he still can re-hunt again. He never actually got to send it. Might be able to use it here. Maybe he's going to wait until a big lockdown, or did the hunt connect? Or did that hunt connect? I'm not even sure. It looks like it's still on cooldown. You can still use it. Rest in Hell. Maybe he's saving it now for a little bit later. Got himself the big I-beam, potential loss of damage if he goes for a hunt big glaive too. That could be huge. Got himself plenty of damage and plenty of healing too. The harder he is, the more he heals for. Try to go for a hunt, but it's going to be a route to follow. At least he's got himself the pet to get a lot of healing off of him. Bob backing up out of there. Yet another hunt, trying to reconnect and Rest in Hell, making his way over. Sunder with a Sun Totem. This could be huge for Bot, but looks like he just doesn't have follow-up damage and he's going to back up out of there. Play it a little bit more sustained base. Rest in Hell, charging in, Stunner with an I-beam, hunt to follow, got into the big glaive right after, getting rid of those. Bot knows he used to back up out of there. That is a lot of potential damage with an I-beam metaphor form as well as the glaive. Is gonna go knock in the back for a second. Yet another knock. He just trying to keep him at bay. That glaive still connects, and look at the damage it can do by itself. Damn, that glaive by itself does a lot of damage. Stun onto Bot. Rest in Hell with the Blade Dance does get knocked back yet again. Tempests are flying in from the sky. Bot picking up a bit of healing. Wall keeping it barely alive. Rest in Hell does have full meta in case he ever needs it, but does get rooted yet again. The roots and the knockbacks are keeping him at bay. At some point though, he is going to be able to hopefully get himself lots of healing. Sunder, Sun Totem for Bot. That's an opportunity. Trying to make a play here. There's going to be a backflip out for the DH. Rushing back in. Isn't enough damage. He's got himself lots of pickup. Oh, he does get the kill. That is so clutch. Yeah, another Demon Hunter with Eloise up next. Is going to be Rest in Hell. Hopefully going to have to match up Elo. Counter for counter. Is going to have a hunt rolling on him. Imprison up for Elo. Does it imprison. That does stop him from taking damage for a second. Fear to follow. Might have to go for a meta of his own. Rest in Hell may be in a bit of trouble. Does go imprison onto Elo with a sigil of fear of his own. He's going to need some healing. He's going to need some healing, and the only way he can heal is when he does damage. Picking up a bit of dim. Immunity for Elo. First aid. You can see him. You can stun him. You can't stun the other Demon Hunter while they're immune though. It is going to be a trinket with a Blade Dance trying to take it out. Elo with a glaive at the end. Rushing into the next guy just to pick up whatever healing he can. It is going to be a totem, stop him in place, route to follow. Rest in Hell still has meta, so he still has cooldowns to work with. This is going to be a big hunt to connect into a lasso. That is short though. Very, very short lasso. I-beam to follow for Rest in Hell. Has himself plenty of damage. Backflips out of there. Rushes back in. Big damage onto Only. And is going to try to see if he can get himself some line of sight, but he knows he can't really sit behind Pillar a lot. Bulwark is down. Try to see if he can maybe play past the Bulwark. Isn't going to be enough here. He has the Shaman super low. The Shaman can technically still turn around. That is a big ascend with all the ghosties coming out here little by little. As Rest in Hell trying to see if he can get himself a bit of a setup. Stun to follow on to Only. Knock back for a minute. Is it enough? Hold on, only picking up a little bit of random damage. I don't know what health Rest in Hell picked up just now. I don't know where he picked up all that health just for a second, but he did end up getting himself a bit of healing. I have no idea. Is it just some random souls that he's spawning all over the place as he's attacking people? Because he is picking up quite a decent bit of healing overall. Still got meta, still got immunity, and he's probably going to need all the coolness versus Rick, who's got himself all the Riders of the Apocalypse in. Darkness down. Whatever things you can do for Rick, that would be the best time to do it. Imprison for a second. Trying to see if you can back up out of there. Maybe look at an immunity. If you can keep your health high, you'll be just fine. Does get hit with a stun. Might need to go for immune. That is going to be a lot of damage that you can't control. But it still picks up random healing. I don't know if it's from cleaving down the pets or if it's from souls that he's ripping out of Rick's body, but he does get another kill there, and he's kind of out in the open. Unless Jay gives him a chance. Looks like Jay's kind of giving him a chance. Oh no, Jay's definitely giving him a chance. Oh, Rest in Hell. Oh my goodness. Sick to see a good Demon Hunter too. You're good. Seriously, man. Rest in Hell is an excellent Demon Hunter. We've had a couple of Demon Hunters here and there that do well, but Rest in Hell definitely does really, really well. He's going to take a lot of damage from the Frost Mage though. Polly, trying to go for Sigil of Fear. Immune to Polly. Bradley's going to connect. Has a trinket. He's going to need to use a trinket here, I think. That's going to be way too much damage. No stun. immunity or something that needs to be used. He does use immune. I don't know if he's got first aid. I don't think he has first aid, but even then, he'd be polymorph. He'd be polymorph spam on him. In prison, does still have meta. No, he doesn't have meta anymore. Oh, he might be in trouble. He needs some CC. He needs something, anything. Backing up, backflipping out of the common storm is huge. That is going to be helpful. Stun on Jay for a second. Is going to back behind the pillar or back behind the platform. Whatever line of sight can get is going to help. Still ripping souls out of Jay's body. Is going to go for a trinket stun with an ice block. For Rest in Hell, at least he's got himself backing up out of there for a second. He also does have a fly up in the air. Raid from above. He technically does have himself a decent bit of play with that too. Try to go for a kick onto Polly. He's going to go for a backflip. Try to stay midair. Still has a big cleave on Jay. That is going to do a ton of damage. Jay with a bit of a reversal. Rest in Hell has a hunt back up and everything. He just got to be very careful around the breath. Breath is going to be huge. Frostbomb, stun. I don't know if he's going to live this. I don't think there's a way to live this. I think he's just over. The shatters are not enough to kill him though. Meta is active. Whatever damage you can do, dodge it out that meteor. I-beam with maybe a hunt. The hunt needs to be activated right now. Whatever healing you can get is going to help. Flying up in the air, just barrage it down to Jay. I don't know. Is it going to be enough? There's no shot that's going to be enough, right? There's no shot that's enough. There's no shot that was enough. Oh my God. I can't believe it. There's no way that that was enough. Holy. Oh, man. Got ourselves Team 1 together with Elo. Looks like going to be first up versus it's your boy. He back. Atho, man, dude. Atho, boy. Wait, are you not running any trinkets whatsoever? Looks like he's just running human racial, and that's it. Got him some full crusade rolling in. Are you not a Dawn Light Paladin? Are you a hammer build? No, you are a Dawn Light Pally. You pop in $1 on himself, $1 on Elo. Is going to go for a little bit of survivability. Human racial does get used here in order to try to stay ahead of Elo as best as possible. Backing up out of there, getting some damage going as Elo looking to door darkness. I think Elo was just trying to see if he could maybe like, you know what, maybe I can dodge. Maybe I can dodge some of his darkness. We may catch up a little bit of health. Maybe we can catch up a little bit of souls there. I love the Demon Hunter like meta animations is you don't have like a death animation. You're just like standing up and then you just like slap down on the floor. When you die. It's kind of like the original classic that had no death animations. You would just slap on the floor. Your body just goes full of rigor mortis. Oh man. Atho trying to see if he can live versus hardcore, and the man got himself a little bit of healing. Atho needs to be very, very careful. You get the Kyrian hammer for the toll. Picking up a little bit of health with the Warlock Hellstone. Got himself Shield of Venus. No more Blessing of Spell Warden. No more Bubble. Actually, Bubble's still in play, so might be able to leverage it. Layer in hands. Hardcore could potentially layer in hands as well. He also got Spell Warden. So now Atho is definitely behind on some of his own utility. Hardcore just trying to see if he can flash light himself to full here. Versus Atho, stun, most likely gonna get a bubble. There goes the bubble. Atho just needs to wait this out now. Because that's a huge, huge ability out of hardcore. Looking to catch up as much healing as possible. Catching up to Atho. Next charge could be very, very deadly. Blind by Atho. Does he get Searing Glare? He does have Searing Glare to follow up. So he could potentially use this to dodge. It will not get Searing Glare. He's just dodging it. And Atho is the one with the Hodge next, so you can at least catch up a little bit of healing and potentially could get a big go into hardcore if you got himself a big setup. Stunned by hardcore, bubble out for Atho. This is why hardcore might not just have any way to respond here whatsoever, trying to go for a cast heal, but Atho just ends up hammering him down with Beryl going to be up next. The Hunter landing a kick. It is going to be BM Hunter. Atho knows that if he plays around the pillar here, he should be able to deal with the pets, use the pets to generate resources, to get a setup on the barrel, does get a trinket off of him. No more bubble, however, or laying hits for Atho. So he's going to be in a weird, weird spot. Shield of Venus is available. Can't go for double Dawn Lights every Wake of Ashes, though. So you can always go for a lot of self-healing. But instead, looks like he's going to go the image onto Beryl instead with the Freezing Trap stopping him in place. Beryl got himself full wall. Atho trying to stay aggressive here. May need to use something in order to live. May need line of sight and just chill behind the pillar. That is a full stun. Shield of Vengeance is available. Does get slowed down. That is going to be silence. Chimeric Poison on top of it. Beryl is so low though. Hold on, Atho. He's just a crusader out here. He's not looking for survivability or preservation. He is looking for the souls of his enemies. Holy. I don't know if he has any answer here though. Gucci might be able to do a ton of damage. Stun. Very, very short. It is going to be bleeds though. Atho can do a little bit of damage to Gucci, as well as self-heal. I honestly think Atho should just go full self-heal here. Maybe he'll be able to recover. Blind. Yeah. He did do 3 though, dude. He did not waste any time behind the pillar, slaying 3 in a row. Well done, well done. You gotta love the aggression of this man, dude. He's going in for blood. Gucci gonna be up next versus I got Sias Bob. Immediate parry out for him really early. So for Sias Bob, it's actually a great situation. Good run. He definitely did do really well, man. He did not play a long game. He didn't play like a lot of behind the pillar. He played fast and into low dampener. So for Gucci and Plush, potentially this could be maybe a game that could come back from. I mean, the whole team got torn apart by Athel, but maybe Gucci and Plush combined together can maybe make someone work. Size Bob, did you go for Shockwave midair? I think he did go for Shockwave midair, right? Is gonna go for a big roar onto Gucci. Got him some big hits, huge mortal strikes, doing a lot of damage. Gucci tried to see if he can back up out of the Stormbolt for a second. Needs a heal, fear, but looks like Size Bob got him down. So Plush is the last one left, man. He's got to go through 2 casters, Natty and Rick. He's got to go through 2 melee, Size Bob and Lemon. It's not going to be in a great spot for either one of those. Bleeds is still rolling onto Size Bob. I see he's going to pick up eyes. Disarm immediately for Plush. I don't know if a disarm was maybe too early. Does go for a melt, but still got to bleed onto Plush some way somehow. That or Plush somehow was able to break himself out of stealth. I'm not really sure, but for parry for Size Bob, Plush just trying to see if he can slow him down with a couple of those Phantom Knives, maybe get a poison on him. Kill the shot. It is going to be very short. Kingsbane, nope. Just a shiv. Just trying to see if he can walk out of there. Vanish to follow. He's bled up though. Does he die? Wait, Size Bob, if he got himself a Stormbolt and like a big Mortal Strike, could be really deadly. Plush trying to see if he can hang back, not use any of his defenses if at all possible. His health is put in a bit of jeopardy. Using that as essentially a resource does make it a little bit tougher for him to keep up here though. Do you still have a bleed? Leap? Oh. Ooh, that leap though. Size Bob does get bled up though with a shiv. Does go for Warlock Hellstone. Has a rallying cry in case he needs to. So he will not be getting hit by the execute bleed mechanic. Not yet at least. Might be okay. He is gonna have to wait up all those bleeds, but I think Plush is basically gonna come out anytime he's got the bleeds on the guy. Otherwise he's just gonna chill behind the pillar. One Stormbolt though. Stormbolt connects. Do you trinket it? Does end up trinketing it. Into cheap shot again. Do you have enough damage? Do you have enough of a go? Got yourself the coin. I think the bleeds might just do it. Yep, bleeds do it. Just literally dies to a heart attack, which is so unfortunately up next. But looks like he's gonna get Plush. Maybe an honorable duel chance here. I feel like that's unfortunate. That first day was super unfortunate. I feel like if Plush had like he's probably just gonna die here, unfortunately, because it's gonna be a no trinket, right? For burst out of a monk. Does go for an evasion. Cloak Shadows needs to be used immediately. Doesn't matter. yeah. Adler does pick up 3 though. Well done. Let's get us another one going. That was a really fast one, man. Last couple of duels were really quick. Let's get another one going here. Really.